Welcome, everybody. We are back on Top Rope Wrestling for another episode. Sorry that we did not get on in the past couple of days. We had some personal commitments that we'd had to attend to. Basically, just watching Mars on his trip on Instagram. But we are back. We are going to review Saturday night's main event, followed by Raw. So I'm going to get straight to it. We're not going to get into this for too long, but I'm going to bring in the team. So we've got Andy. Hello.
Hi, bro. How you going?
How you feeling?
Mate, great.
Yeah?
It's been 2 days we've been waiting to do this, but, it's that time of the year and things happen. You got to, busy.
Life
Everyone's
happens.
busy at this time of the Exactly. So
life does happen.
We're here.
Beautiful. Good to see you. And we have one more guest. Now, you guys might know him from the TJP episodes that we do, but welcome, Zach.
Thank you very much for having me.
Hello, sir. How you been? I haven't spoken to you in some time.
Yeah, no, been great.
Properly,
been great.
Yeah. Beautiful. All right. Let's get into it. Hello, everybody in the chat as well. We have Edge 400 times and whoever else is watching. So
it's 2 edges.
It's 2 edges. All right. Saturday night's main event. Yep. I am going to do this. This is how we're going to go.
Let's go.
Andy, you're going to kick it off.
All right.
It's too... I don't even know what the first match was.
You don't have to go, honestly. If you don't want to do it match by match, you don't have to. I
do. Because the build-up was tremendous.
Match by match, no worries.
Yeah, let's go match by match because I reckon there's a good build-up to the main event.
I personally think that that's a good idea because
it flowed really.
Sorry,
it flowed. It has to go a certain way. Like we have.
The matches were pretty good for me. I actually didn't mind them at all. But
yes,
all right.
I do know the first match.
Go ahead.
Know the first match. I remember.
Go ahead.
So wasn't it Cody Rhodes and Obafemi?
Obafemi.
Okay.
Thoughts?
I don't get Obafemi. I don't get him. I don't get it.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Is that it? Like, I don't know. I just don't get him.
I think that was literally 40% of what Obafemi can do, and I reckon that's being generous.
100%. He wasn't doing everything. Yeah.
That's not
I
good.
reckon he was severely, like, almost nerfed to a degree. I think that's him much longer personally. I reckon that might be where what you're saying is coming from.
Yeah. Well, wasn't that the point of this? Like,
I agree.
The other 2 matches we're going to talk about, they showed out and did whatever they can do, right?
Yep.
And this ends up in a DQ, which the match was barely getting started, and I'm like, it wasn't a good showing for him. Let's just say, like in a exhibition style thing to try and put him over.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was great in that aspect. So,
Zach,
as a neutral, if you're a neutral viewer and that's the first time you've seen Obafemi, you'll go, "Is that it?" You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I love Obafemi. I've been watching him for a bit. Like, I watch a bit of NXT. He's been great, and he's been really, really entertaining. And he hasn't even been doing this for too long. I think they mentioned on commentary he's been doing this for like 3 years, like fully. So it's ridiculous that he's even in this position, in a good way. But I think I would have loved to see maybe 5 minutes more, just to let the match kind of cook a little bit more. Yeah. He's in the ring with the Undisputed Champion, of course. So any more time would have been, I think, beneficial to him. But I think I would have loved more time. I don't mind the finish. Like, obviously, you have to keep both the NXT and WWE champions strong. So that's fair enough. But if that finish would have came 5 minutes, maybe 6 minutes later, I think it's much better.
Do you reckon it was because of the cut on Cody's ear? Maybe, possibly. Maybe they ended it.
I doubt they would have planned for a cut there.
No, that's what I mean. Like, maybe they just ended it quicker because it wasn't meant to happen and it was probably a bad cut or something. Maybe.
Yeah, that could be a reason.
Yeah.
Either way, though,
we'll never know that. Yep.
No.
I think it's a good thing though to be wanting more of someone. I think to a degree, it's a good thing though, and maybe
to a degree,
that's what they were trying to do.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we see more of him then. Because
I was gonna say, I think part of the reason there that you might think, is that it? So Cody would have been calling that match, right? So in NXT, what we've been seeing there is probably a little bit of a mix, but he'd be calling a lot of the matches there, right? So I would think that new environment, Cody's calling it. Not that Cody can't go with him. If anything, it'd be the other way around. He's a bigger boy, right?
Exactly.
And Cody's much more athletic. But at the same time, I think it's his first showing on a main show. I don't think it's anything to really 100% go by yet, but I can still see where Andy's coming from. Like, what's the big deal sort of thing. I've seen his matches in NXT, but I don't know. You know, for me, I'm looking at these people coming through going, are they the sort of person that could fall into a somewhat of a face of a company? Not a face of a company, but you think WWE,
but the world champion even
Obafemi? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't really like he's this big, gigantic guy, you know, like menacing and all the rest of it, and he comes out somewhat dancing. Like I don't know. But to me, it's kind of a really odd gimmick, and
don't mind that. But see, here's the thing, though, right? So Obafemi's big and strong and whatever, right?
Yeah.
Omos will make him look like a midget. Right?
Oh yeah,
So what's
of course.
so what's the point of Obafemi then? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to wrap my head around.
But I mean, he's not in the picture anymore, so
no, well, because he was in Saudi Arabia. But anyway, it's another story.
Big attraction now.
Yeah. In any case, it is what it is. It was a bit of a, in terms of a match to showcase NXT's talent, that wasn't the one. We had
that wasn't the one. No.
Right.
No,
but
exactly.
I do agree with what Jacob have said here. This is spot on for me. The match wasn't overly bad, but DQ wasn't needed, and it did make Drew look like a bitch. Yeah, 100%.
That's true.
So I agree with that.
I agree with that a
pretty
little bit,
spot on.
I think it's like you've got the you got the WWE champ and the NXT champ beating you down. I mean, anyone's going to be beaten down by them. But I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know why they needed to do that, but we'll just see what ensues after this, I guess.
Yeah,
but to kick off a show, okay, fine, it is what it is. But we had Bailey and Lyra, or Bailey, sorry, with Lyra, versus Sol, and she had our mate Zarya in the corner. I thought this was good.
Yeah.
I thought this was a long match too, but I thought this was pretty good. But I'm also a big fan of Sol, so I think she's very, very talented, real athletic, man. Fuck.
Like, but this is a point, Bo. Like, take you being a fan of her out of it.
Yeah,
like she looked like a star in that match,
100%.
Right?
Yep.
And that was the whole point of this, bringing up the NXT guys, right?
Correct.
To make them look like stars, right?
Yep.
I don't know why Bailey was chosen to do that. Like, I don't know.
She mentors a lot of the girls, so that's potentially why.
Yeah, so does Natty.
Very recently too.
Oh,
like a wrestling gym.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I think it was because she mentors a lot of those NXT girls, and look, she's known for being like one of the spokespeople for girls coming out of the NXT arena and whatnot, going, or NXT program, should we say, or whatever, going onto the main roster. So to give her Bailey is not necessarily a bad thing. I don't, but I'm looking at Sol going, mate, if you had your time again, would you have moved Sol onto the main roster before Dupree? Like back?
Absolutely.
Back?
Absolutely.
Like, if you put them up against each other, they're both athletic, and one is clear of the other by a mile.
Oh, mate. But I guess the point is the Maxine Dupree stuff has got, like, there's a storyline behind it with Natalya. Yeah. So it's kind of like there's a story where Sol Ruka's, she's got every ability in the world, but there's no story for her yet. There's no one to go against.
But no, I'm saying go back to when Dupree was a nothing, right? Do you insert
nothing for 2 years
into the position of that management role before pushing her later over?
I'm trying to remember, where did she come from? I'm pretty sure, like she started on. I don't even think she was ever in NXT.
Maxine. No, I don't think so either.
I'm trying to remember. No.
She was just a manager, wasn't she? Wasn't she?
Because she came in as the manager for Maximum Male Models.
Yeah, and LA Knight or whatever.
As the brother to LA Knight, which is this sounds so bad. It is bad, but
well,
then she kind of transitioned to a wrestler afterwards.
Yeah, She just must have been training, and they thought.
But your point does still stand though. Like you got two different sides of having. Okay, you got one person who's less talented, but there's a story. You got one person with a lot of talent, and there's no story. So that does still stand though.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's probably why they've probably got. Look, in the long run, I think Solruka will have a better career than Maxine Dupree.
Of course,
you know?
I think so too.
So
if they decide
it, that you said the magic words, Bo, but yeah, we think she's going to be better than Maxine Dupree anyway.
Fair, but I think overall we can all agree it was pretty good.
Fantastic, yeah.
I thought she put up a good show, and she should be
great showing.
Hella proud of that. Hella proud of that. But that was no different to what she puts on in NXT anyway. Like anytime I switch NXT on and watch her, she's
it's the same,
man.
But that was her best performance. Like that's she was going at 90%.
Like she's more known as like an acrobatic kind of athlete.
Yeah.
Bailey's more of a technical wrestler. Yeah. I didn't think it was going to be a bad match because of that, but I was surprised by how much chemistry they actually did have in the ring, considering it's a little bit of a clash of styles. But I think they work well. They clearly have had a lot of practice. Obviously, like Bailey, mentoring as the veteran. But I think it was a good product. Like, it was again a good showing. Like that was the point. That's what Cena wanted, I guess, when he said this whole show is going to be about NXT.
Yep.
No, they did well. So the other one was our tag match. So AJ Lee, as we call him. Yep.
AJ Lee versus
Dragon Lee. And one of my favorites at the moment, Mr. Javon Evans and Leon Slater.
Incredible.
Look, I take Javon over Leon any day, but I watched that match in NXT last week. Deadline? Was it on Deadline? I think it was on Deadline.
Yeah. Against and he versed over last week, but
Yeah, you know which one I'm talking about. Yeah.
The one before that,
Yeah, before. Unreal. They're so good, man. Like, the only thing was that it felt like, and this is weird because AJ, I know he can't go 100% like he used to, but Dragon Lee certainly can. It felt like Javon and Leon wanted to go harder.
Yeah, they'll kind of hold them back. Yeah, you're right. Because I'm like,
I wasn't the only one. It felt like they wanted to just explode
100%.
with action, and it was sort of being brought back.
You could tell by the way the match started too. They just went straight out the gates, 2 super kicks, bang, bang.
Yeah.
But I think, obviously, the one negative was the AJ Styles, how he was on the top rope doing I think it was a phenomenal forearm, and he slipped. I actually think it went into a positive because Leon Slater, who's like 20-something, instead of
jumping.
he capitalized on the opportunity like a normal wrestler would have. And
that's the first thing I thought. I thought he just went to pin him. It was great.
It was very, very professional. So that's very good to see. On a biggest stage he's ever wrestled at, Leon Slater too. That's very, very big. And good on him for doing that. And the rest of the match was incredible. It was honestly, and again, I would have loved more time on that one too. Because they were just going gun-ho and it was incredible.
Yeah, I mean, we can move into more talk about them later on, given what's happened on Raw and stuff as well.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think if you look at this overall, Sol, Leon, Javon Evans, I mean, even like I say, to an extent, Obafemi as well. If these are the people that they're going to bring in, then I think we'll be all right in terms of entertainment. I think we're gonna love watching some matches again. You know what I mean?
So absolutely.
But you know what? It's a good position too. Like even just on the bigger scale, it's a good position because you've got these young guys who are absolutely incredible, and some of them weren't even featured on the program. Some of them are still in NXT.
There's plenty more.
Plenty more.
Yeah, there's plenty more.
I think you've got enough talent there that are known commodities. That okay, let's say I switch on Raw and I see like CM Punk's headlining Raw, or Seth Rollins, whatever, like all people that are in their 40s and late 30s are headlining Raw. I'm there to see them, but I can see these 20-somethings that are also like really, really good. Might not necessarily have the pull factor or have that kind of like you're going to buy the ticket for them, but you can introduce them now because of the way that the roster is. I think it's a good position that they're in.
Yeah, well, they're not going to be able to just dump 12, 15 new wrestlers on the main roster straight away. So it's going to be a process. But if this is who they're starting with, then I think they've done okay by choosing them. That's
true.
That for me was deserved. And then I mean there is one more, but we'll get to that now.
So
I think just to overall it for the NXT matches, I think job well done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. They got it right.
They got that right.
100% they did.
Do you guys have anything else to add to that?
No, not to that, but in the chat, they've asked if we could mention the people around ringside for CENA'S last match.
Yeah, I mean, we're not even up to that yet. So,
aren't we? Yeah. What are we up to?
I mean,
the NXT
are we going play by play? Because
I think there's so much happened. I actually think that's the best way to do it. But yeah.
All right, go for it. Yeah, I know who you talk. Yeah.
So, look. First, we kick it off with the montage and so on and so forth. Steph talks her shit and whatever else and blah blah blah. But the fact that they brought out the Miz with R-Truth, bit of sexual innuendo, and bringing out Joe Hendry, which is the other one that I said from NXT that they'll be able to now potentially push some more. Now that I guess for me it was. Showing him means they know what the fans are looking at. They know that they're happy with him. He's probably another name they're going to push, but they just couldn't give him a match.
No. I think they did it perfectly with him.
Just a little comedy segment.
Perfect. That was perfect. Like, the balls thing, it actually made sense now, right?
Yeah, because they've been doing it for weeks, and we're thinking, why is R-Truth obsessed?
Why? It's a waste of time. Yeah.
Like that long-term storytelling shit.
Yeah, but it actually worked well in the end because you could see Joe Henry as he pulled it out, and I'm like,
like you could see the word.
Yeah, and I think it was definitely done on purpose. But I think it was really nice of him to do that. But I think it does send a message that yes, you're going to see him a bit more now because say his name and he appears, mate. You know what I mean? So, and I think he's more than worthy, and he's no spring chicken either. So if you're going to bring him in, you got to bloody hurry up at some point. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my only worry with him, Bo. Like, look at LA Knight. Yeah, I know, but it took him a good year and a half to take off.
Yeah. So what's Joe Hendry? He's got to be 38.
He only actually signed. Sorry, he only actually signed his WWE contract like a month ago.
Yeah.
Officially WWE superstar, but you're right though. Like it's starting to hurry up.
Yeah. I mean. When they brought AJ Styles in, he was straight onto it. So I know he's no AJ Styles, but the age, like you said, Bo, it's a factor.
Yeah. Like, look, I don't see I don't see them. You look at people, look at Cena, 48, still going. You saw many wrestlers over the years since the 90s all the way through till now that don't just stop because they're 38 and nearly 40, right?
Yeah.
If they can go, they'll go. Right. So if you look at the condition that Joe Hendry's in, you look at how he moves and stuff like that, it doesn't look like he's finishing up in the next 2 years or 3 years. Right. No. So at the end of the day, I think it's good that they brought him out and hopefully they use him correctly and not just bury him.
Do you reckon he goes to SmackDown or Raw?
I think SmackDown.
I think SmackDown too. Yeah. I think
SmackDown is probably a better place for him. But
I reckon,
I think a lot of the NXT talent, like I'd love to see. I mean, this is venturing a little bit wider too, but I'd love to see Jordan Grace go to SmackDown. I'd love to see a lot, like pretty much any women's wrestler go to SmackDown at the moment because the women's roster needs help. But I mean, that's
Jordan Grace is a great mention. Because I think she's definitely in line as well. That girl's been busting her ass on the indies for a long time before she got signed into TNA more permanently in that. But she's very good as well.
She was already in a Rumble or two, I think, as well.
Yeah,
they clearly
well, she came in as TNA champ.
TNA champ. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Yeah, she's impressive.
And people like her, man. Like, and honestly, with the amount of crap she's gone through, basically, so she had a big body transformation, as everyone knows, right?
Yeah.
And through that, she was copping hate left, right, and center about now she looks like a bloke and this and that and whatever else. And now she's not as jacked, if you want to use that word, as she used to be. Like there's a bit more femininity there. But in terms of what she can do as a wrestler, I think that could be the next move.
Yeah, true. Yeah. But you see with Jade Cargill, she she's jacked, but she still looks like a female, right? You don't have to be. You don't have to be Brock Lesnar to make it in the WWE.
And she's tall as well, though. And I think that's the thing.
True.
There's different styles, and that could be a good thing if she's still champion.
Yep.
That could be a good feud.
Maybe. Yeah.
So let's not wait any longer then.
Yeah.
Just before we get into that, I'll just make mention. I do read the chat. It's just not everything has to be mentioned at every minute that you say it. So we will get around to things. But yeah, I do read the chat. Thanks very much. All right, moving on. Which one of you? We'll start with Zach. All right.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the match itself?
Okay.
Don't go into the ending just yet, but the match itself.
Bell to bell. I think it's weird because I don't think I'll ever watch that match again, and that's not. And I thought it was one of the better matches I've seen in a while, but I just don't think I'd watch it again because it's one of those matches that you see, and it needs the emotion, it needs the feeling, it needs everything. You can't watch that again the same way. There's a lot of matches that happen, and it's. You watch it again. It's got the rewatchability. This one, I don't think it has, and that's not a bad thing. I just think it's the way the emotion was built up. You had everyone ringside. You had the way you came in. I think the way that it was built, and you could tell what it was. It was just, I think the way it was built was great, and I think the actual match itself, you could tell exactly what they were going for from minute one. Cena was getting beat down, and Gunther was chopping, and you could just tell what they were trying to do. I thought it was a great match. I thought it was a classic John Cena match. And I think it really, the emotion of the night sold it because you could tell that they were riding every time Cena did anything positive, you could tell that the crowd was just riding it through. And everyone at home was as well.
Andy?
I've
got a feeling you think what I'm thinking right now, but go on.
It was good. It was good, but it's a Gunther match, right? What do you expect?
Of course.
Like that's what we expected, really. Let's be honest. Like you expect 18 German suplexes from Brock Lesnar in a Brock match, right? So it's kind of the same, like the chops from Gunther. He's the ring general. I reckon he's incredible, and I actually like him. I like that throwback because he's the only one. There's no one like him,
Correct.
So he's very unique, which I like. I thought Cena was, how can I explain it? Not half-assing it. I won't say that. I don't mean that. But he was kind of, maybe he was just taking it all in. You know what I mean? Like he was kind of just, okay, it's time for an A. Like, I don't know. It just felt a bit, not even rehearsed, but I don't know. It just felt a bit odd when Cena was on the offense, right?
Yep.
So... yeah, I don't know what more I can say about without the ending,
Let's go into it. Personally, I thought the match wasn't even entertained. I was not sports entertained. Let's put it that way. I love using that term too. I wasn't sports entertained. It's fucking brilliant.
But it's true.
On the opposite, like you can say, I was so sports entertained.
Yeah. I stole that from Cardona. It's all right.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So, fair enough then.
Anyway, the match just I don't like. So the difference with this, right? When we saw Cena versus AJ, it was a spot match, right? It was whose finisher are we going to put on show? And it was one after the other and so on and so forth. And look, I was there for that live and it felt so amazing. Like we knew it was just literally no one gave a shit who actually won that, to be honest.
It was special. It
was very special.
Well, like a party,
like were awesome, right?
Taking requests from the crowd. It was great.
Whereas this was like, I call it a finisher match. It was just felt like a finisher match. We had sleeper holds for God knows, how long, how many attempts at sleeper holds we had. Was it 3 AAs, 2 5-knuckle shuffles? And I know, look, they had to do it because you want to see it. But if we're going to move into talking about the ending, after all of that and all of those finishes from Cena to then go into that ending, I'm sitting there thinking, well, that's just a shit match. Why did we need to see all of that for that, right? Go on, tell me what you thought about the ending because I got notes and
all right.
I want to hear what you guys have to say first.
I thought the ending was stupid, as I've been saying for a month. Like even if you plan Gunther to win, like you saw the crowd. Like me watching, everyone wanted Cena to win because of it's a fairy tale, right? It doesn't make a difference if Gunther wins or loses. It just doesn't. I don't care what heat, because there's other ways you could put heat. Like for example, right? Cena could have pinned him with an AA, right? And Gunther could have got up and got mad and put him in the sleeper hold, and then CM Punk and Cody come out and just break it up and whatever. And he's a prick for ending, like just making the mockery of it all, right? Gunther.
Yeah.
He could have got heat like that. Why do you have to get the 3? And I guess they'll go with like the Undertaker thing when he lost to make it such a big deal because the crowd went silent, right? So I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like the ending.
Yep.
I will say, I thought, and I'd like to know what you guys, if you thought the same, when he tapped Cena at the end, right? I thought Gunther got him in a proper chokehold because he was going a bit red.
You thought he put it on a bit too harsh?
No, but I thought that was the whole point of it. Like he put it on.
It might have been.
Like he's like getting out, and he's just like, "Oh, okay, enough," Yeah. And it was resigned to the fact that his career's over, I suppose. So
yeah,
I didn't like it. I didn't like the ending. I didn't think it needed to end like that. But
yeah, that's fair. Zach,
I think you actually said something there, Andy, which is I think why I liked the ending a lot. I think and what you said as well, bro. Like it was finisher. It was big move, big move, big move, big move. Yeah. And I think the whole story of the night was the way the energy just sapped out of the crowd. And I think the way that when Cena did that, when he got out of the first and when the referee refereed him,
that was cool. Actually, I
was like, it was incredible.
Hey, sorry to interrupt. Do you know what that reminded me of when he did that? Like, do you remember in the Buried Alive match when Undertaker's hand comes out of the thing?
Yeah.
When he's already been buried, and then his hand shows. That my head went straight to that. I was like, that's the hand of I'm alive, Like, how cool is that? Anyway, go on.
Yeah, that was a great moment. And even in the crowd would everyone loved that. It was classic because you could have just done that and hold it there, but no, he did that. The crowd loved it.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Then you see Gunther raining down the elbows, and then you're thinking, oh, let's do it again, do it again, do it again. Yeah. And then the energy just you heard after that bell, the energy just sapped.
You're right.
Because the match kept building. You had AA, Avalanche AA on the table, everything. It just kept building. And then they sapped it out. And I think that feeling is going to stick with not just the people in the arena, but the fans, of the feeling of just having your energy sapped out, gone. Yeah. And it's going to, I think it puts the heat on Gunther. Like obviously we saw today on Raw, but the heat on Gunther, ridiculous.
Amazing heat.
More heat than they could have ever generated. There's I just don't think there's any way you can generate, that's the most heat you can. I don't think, I just don't see a way of generating heat better than that. And I think that's the best way to do it. Yes, I was obviously destroyed that Cena lost. I want to see that last moment of Super Cena, but I love the ending. I honestly love the ending. And I thought it was almost poetic to a degree that the guy who never gives up didn't give up, but had to let go. And when he was smiling, I think the smile, to me at least, I think it looked a smile of, it's done. Because you think about it, Cena win, lose, or draw that's his last match. If Cena won that match, Gunther still retired John Cena because that's his last match. So it was the fact of, I'm going out regardless, and I have to tap. I have to let go because I'm happy with my career. And I can't fight out of this. And I personally, I love that. And that's
I can agree to some point with both of you. I wanted to quote Ali Helwani.
Oh, yeah.
He said he taps in the most I give up way possible with a smile on his face. No, I reject this. This is not what this is not what those people wanted. Now, people need to step back a second here and think, I don't think I've ever, other than maybe back in the day, but if we're talking about present time now and what the WWE has been doing in the past, let's say year, maybe more, right? Have you ever expected them to do what the fans have wanted? Have you ever expected them to do that? Because I haven't, right?
What do you mean?
So when I look at it, to me, this was a true, and I quote Triple H on this because he's said it so many times over his career in creative. The show must go on, right? So in their mind, it was, this is now going to be Gunther's time to be the most hated person on the roster, if not in wrestling around the world at this point, right? How do we do this and get literally everyone to hate him so that we can move forward with whatever we're going to do with him next, right? Whether it be, like some people have mentioned, you know, he's going to go and he's going to go and retire some more names, AJ, Brock, and so on and so forth, or if they're just going to use him as a heel for other reasons, whatever it might be. How do we generate that? And you said it then, Zach, like that was, they've achieved that amount of heat by doing that. So I don't think they potentially could have done that in any better way, right? This guy got followed to his bus after the
I
show.
love that.
Right?
Yeah, I saw that.
And
I saw that.
For just throwing it out there, because I haven't seen a proper video that proves this, unless someone has one, right? Apparently someone chucked a bottle at him as well, a plastic bottle, right? Now,
I haven't seen that.
Beautiful. And honestly, they shouldn't be doing that. That's fucking stupid shit, right? Because this is what coward wrestling fans do. They do that thinking that, no, they can't touch me, you know, right?
Yeah.
And he stares back and it's like.
But what I'm thinking is, right, how do you... They've generated so much. They've followed him to his bus, dude, and they're saying all sorts of obscenities to him and all the rest of it. And you know, honestly, they've done very, very well. And I think that was done the proper way. But this was a true show must go on moment from Triple H for me, and I think they did very, very well. I love Gunther. I think he's great, right? And we'll you know, even we'll talk about Raw after this, right? And what came of it, and then what we see is about to happen next, and so on and so forth, right? But to just speak about this show for a second, if we move on to what happened after that, mate, we had Triple H getting all the heat. We had I mean, the minute he walked out, no good. I heard a lot of things getting said from that crowd. And then, I mean, and I'm not talking from the actual broadcast itself. I'm talking about things you see on reels afterwards and so on and so forth that people captured. He was copping some serious hate. And look, I have my own reservations about people that do that, but it was a laugh to me. But anyway.
He laughed it off. He loved it because that means,
of course,
you're in. You've bought in.
Correct. You've bought in. And he's loving this.
We've got you. Yeah, he loved it. He loved every second of it.
And you could see how he played into it today. He's playing right into the role. It's working, and it's perfect for him because it's not like he hasn't been hated before, but just not until
in a different way.
Not to this extent. Yeah.
No.
2004 Triple H was the hated man on earth. I wasn't even alive, but I know like he was hated. Like he knows this. Not that he's going to play a Mr. McMahon, but
100%.
Hating Triple H isn't new. Hating Triple H the person isn't new. That's what I'll say.
It's not, and hating the guy that runs the program is nothing new as well. Vince copped it even more back in the day. Vince had shit chucked at him back in the day. This is nothing new to people that have been watching the product for a long time, right?
It's true.
But of course, when you reboot it once again, people are going to react the way they react, which is fine. If you don't mind, I wanted to give my opinion on this one, and then you guys let me know what you think. If you look at Cena during that end part, he really didn't seem to want, to me, the way it looked like, how he nearly rejected Punk, and not that he was going to, but you could just see he was hesitant to do. So to anyone that didn't realize what was going on there, Cena and Batista back in the day for Hogan went and chucked the belts on him, and then they've recreated that, and that's why Cena said we're paying it forward, right? So they're giving him the same treatment. That was amazing. I love that. That's a real big show of respect. Awesome.
100%.
You could tell he kind of, I don't know if he wanted it or not or whatever.
He's not the type of guy to like.
No, he doesn't want any accolades. He doesn't want.
Yeah. That's how he is, I guess, as a person as well. And he did his rounds with the belts. Awesome, cool.
Yep.
I like the montage. I mean, we'd seen it already, right? But I think with, as mentioned before in the chat, I think with everybody there, like Kurt and Mark Henry and, you know, Sami Zayn, Trish, everyone that was there, we all know
Elias. How good to see Elias,
right? You know, all these names and to have them at ringside to be able to do that and then bring everybody out. I don't think he actually wanted that big hoopla at the end.
No.
But I do think, and look, I don't know if this was requested by him or not, or we're not going to know what those conversations are unless he comes out and says it or someone mentions it down the track. It just didn't look like he wanted any of that. I mean, even the way he didn't get a speech. So I think Jacob might have mentioned it before. He didn't get a speech. Yeah. He might have requested to not say anything. We don't know, right?
I would say so.
I would say so. There would have been certain things that he said, I don't want to do, and so on and so forth. Because the way he went out, he just left his stuff in the ring, which, you know, a lot of people,
which I do,
a lot of people do. And that's a big respect thing. And then to walk out the way he did, and thank you for serving, you know, it's been a pleasure to serve you for these many years and so on and so forth. Maybe that's all he wanted, you know, but it would have been nice to maybe, I'm just saying from my personal perspective, it would have been nice for him to just grab the mic in front of all his peers there and the OGs at ringside to just say something to the crowd and everything and go public with that. But if that's all he wanted to do, that's all he wanted to do. And I'm sure that he's going to do more interviews going forward now. And, you know, he may even come out with a video of his own at some point or whatever. But it really felt like this is the best way I can put it. You ready? It was a compromised ending. So Cena had things he didn't want. They had things they wanted to do. They compromised on something in between and said, let us at least give you this. And then
something.
It's like, okay.
I agree.
Yeah. But I think, what do you guys think about that? I the only thing in terms of what I thought was odd, and I think maybe one of you guys are going to mention this, but I'll let you anyway. I do think it was odd, and look, I don't know his schedule at the moment or where the hell he is or if he's busy or some shit, but I'm pretty sure if he knew this was happening months in advance, a year in advance, you would make time for this. I think The Rock not being there was really bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He phoned in a thank you.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like it would have been, you know, it would have been nice for him to be there. Obviously, Orton was on WWE duties in Saudi. You know, you can't just have him in two places at once. But then again, you have to ask the question, could you have sent someone else to do that and have him
I was going to say, why did he have to go? Like,
yeah. But at the same time, look, we, you know, as fans, we can sit here and complain about all this or question it or whatever. But what if Cena even doesn't even give a shit? Like, he would have been, go do your work. You got to work. You got to work. 100%, so one thing I really hate is people that complain about things that even the person involved isn't even worried about. Do you know what I mean? That's why I guess you never know what his real wishes was. But anyway, you guys take it away. I'm going to...
No, well, I reckon we'll find out all about this. Unreal's been released on January the 20th.
Can't wait.
Season 2. So I think that's going to have a lot to do with this Cena thing. So we'll probably get the answers there.
I think it got rumored that's for number 3.
Geez, that's a long way away.
I think this was already recorded prior or something.
Okay, yeah, possibly. It'd have to be okay. Yeah, all right.
Oh, I hope they do more. I love it.
I hope they do it. That'd be great. I think it's going to be the next one. Yeah.
Okay. Geez, that's a long way off. If you wait another year for it. Yeah. Well.
I think
we waited a year for that shit, so that's all right.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
I think Cena not having a speech, I'm fine with it because I think what he did kind of said 1,000 words anyway. Like leaving his boots in the ring and then like saying it was a thank you. It was a real thank you. I think even the match was a thank you to a degree. I don't really think he had to say anything. And maybe like you're saying, maybe he didn't want to. Maybe WWE did want to have him say something and he didn't want to. And you know what? I see that happening. And this is wishful thinking. I'm praying. I mean, he's going to get inducted. It's obviously an if. It's obviously a when, not an if. But
oh yeah,
I'd love it to be next year. I'd love it to be next year. You know, Stephanie's getting inducted. It'd be, you know, great to have Stephanie and John Cena in the same class, considering Stephanie kind of, you know, revived John Cena's whole career.
I don't think they'll clash them.
But that's the thing.
She's a headliner, mate.
They'll make Steph the headliner, and
the headliner.
I feel like Steph is the headliner, which she absolutely deserves to be the headliner. Do not get me wrong. She's done so much. The amount of incredibly ridiculous stuff she's done for the three letters is ridiculous. But I think maybe that's where he's saving his speech for. And he's a very eloquent talker, so I'm sure he's got a speech prepared. But on the ending too, I think I saw this tweet. To the person was Brandon. Once I find it. And it really, really got me from a position of being a little bit angry to kind of, I get why they did it.
Yep.
So it goes, Brandon Carney on Twitter. To me, hold on. I know nobody wanted to see Cena tap out, but this entire run was about him knowing it was time, not denying it, not fighting it, but accepting it. Him tapping out, instead of trying to hold on and being delusional that he could keep going, makes perfect sense. And to me, fading undermines the concept of knowing it's time. He knew he wasn't getting out of that hold or winning the match, and there was no reason to stubbornly ignore the fact. And I thought that was brilliant. I thought that was absolutely brilliant.
Yep.
Because it's a situation of he's mentioned so many times his age. He's mentioned so many times his body. I think it was honestly poetic. And I love Gunther. Gunther's my favorite in-ring wrestler in the WWE right now. I love Gunther. And I think this builds in ridiculously. Absolutely ridiculously.
Andy, what do you reckon? You got any more to say?
What's there to say? I mean, I pretty much listened to all his interviews the week before.
Yeah.
He didn't want fanfare. He wanted to showcase the product, right?
Yeah.
Not including him. So, in his eyes, it wasn't about him. It was only his last match. You know what I mean? Like that's the end.
That's it.
So he wanted to showcase WWE to the world and blah, blah, blah. And he did a great thing selling it because he put his name on top, right? So the eyeballs were on there. And we even said in last week's show, Bo, that this is going to transcend WWE. Like the whole world would have known about this, So he did his job, I suppose, going out,
he did.
Of course, we would have liked a speech and, something, but, it was pretty, it was like Zach said, it was almost more emotional that he didn't say anything because we're all kind of waiting for him to pick up a mic or do something. And he just left, and you're like, okay, is he going to turn around, come back to the ring? Or so you're kind of, until he actually walked out into Gorilla, it was a bit of like, is he, isn't he, what's he going to do? Is this it? Is he coming back?
You know what I mean? A lot of it was to camera. Sorry to interrupt, but a lot of it was to camera. Like even the smile. If you weren't on that side of the arena, you're not seeing him smile. Even
no, of course.
When he went like that, and thank you, I'm proud to have served you, and he went like that, like you wouldn't have heard what he said. So a lot of it was to camera too. A lot of it was, just to the camera itself. So it's tough in the arena, I guess, to understand what he's trying to say. So it's kind of based on actions only, and that's the only story you would have got.
Fair point.
So I mentioned that it was odd that The Rock didn't show up. We've got this one here too about no Edge or Batista.
Yeah, well, Edge is under contract, clearly.
And Batista, I think, had a movie just come out from memory.
Yeah, I mean, we got told that Edge had not been approached by Tony Khan. So he'd already said that was not going to happen. And Batista, I never would have even thought would have showed up at all. I never expected that at all.
Yeah. Okay.
Andy, what do you reckon?
Edge, he's probably my second favorite of all time. I love Edge. If it's let's say, I'm trying to think let's say Edge is retiring in AEW. Do you really think, and this is not a bad thing, this is competition, this is how it works in the world. Do you really think if Edge is retiring in AEW and AEW asks WWE for John Cena to come, do you reckon WWE going to give John Cena to AEW?
No chance.
No.
Hell no.
I
And that's fair enough.
I think this
WWE
is
didn't approach AEW, but they kind of know. I think that would have gone through their heads.
But I think this is the problem. Too many people expect things to happen because they think it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And they don't think of the bigger picture. Because if that's the case, get every single opponent that Cena's ever had from Indies all the way through to now, dump them all in there, and that's it.
Yep.
We get his proper going away show. Only some are going to be there. It's not going to be everybody. You know what I mean? So at the same time,
I think
it's not a case that anyone's questioning why Did they not approach him and so on and so forth? We don't know. What if it was just not wanted, or what if
exactly.
What if it was already off the cards by a mile and they already had an agreement that you can't do this. I'm not going to come over for this. Or how do we know that Edge didn't say, I'm not going to be there, I'm under contract? Sorry, it can't happen. Right.
And Cena,
fans say it doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? No, 100%. Cena might have even said, don't approach Edge. Like, I know that's the rumor and that.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, don't make a big fuss. So
yeah,
I reckon, I honestly, truly believe if Cena wanted it, they would have at least made the call, right?
And I think I
agree. Cena. I don't know what the outcome would have been.
I
don't know what the outcome would have been. They would have made the call at least, right? Because
exactly.
It's only a phone call, right?
I think in the bigger picture too, wrestling fans, just in general, I say wrestling fans in general, always have ridiculous expectations that if they're not met, it's instantly a failure. I think that's good to have expectations, especially when you're watching a product that's been good. 100% agree. But I think when you have expectations that are crazy and they're not met, it's like you're getting disappointed over nothing. Like for me,
that's true.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, Edge and John Cena are to their careers would never be the same if they never crossed paths. I fully agree. My favorite rivalry of all time, fully agree. But it's just not possible. And I think
it is what it is, and we're not going. Sorry, I know someone spoke then. Sorry, I was just going to say you're not going to get everything you want every time. It's just this is not how this works. I mean,
no,
I don't know why people thought, you know, you're going to get this and you're going to get that, and then they whinge about it afterwards. I mean, I honestly wanted to see that next installment of we all got freaking swerved, and sorry, now you've got The Rock, right? I would have loved to have seen that. Am I going to sit here whinging about it afterwards? No, it's a TV show.
That's the difference.
It's a TV show. The amount of comments I have seen from some fans on the internet in the last 24 hours, some of them you have to question whether they have a fully functioning brain. Well, I'm serious. Some of them seriously have some tapped shit going on upstairs, mate.
But you know what the thing is, Bo? It's like, okay, Edge didn't come, so what? We all watch Raw again today and we move on. That's the end of it.
Exactly. So I don't understand. Look, there's certain
if you don't like it, don't watch it.
The win.
And plus,
but if you look at that, it just don't make sense, mate.
If the issue is you know, he didn't have enough with his old rivals. You know, the ghost of John Cena's past didn't cross paths one last time. I cannot think of one name in the WWE, maybe besides The Miz, that they didn't really cross paths. And even still, I think respectfully to The Miz, I love The Miz. For me, The Miz is the most underrated wrestler of all time in my opinion. I love The Miz. But when you look at the dates and the wrestlers that wrestled on those dates, there was no space for a Cena Miz, unfortunately. And that's just how it was.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
But you look at Miz's post, he put a post out today or overnight or whatever it was. I didn't check the time. What, he's not grateful to have been given that opportunity to feature just before his match and in the tournament twice. The guy's on cloud nine, mate. He loves it. The things that mean the most to these guys is what Cena did for their careers.
Correct.
Not some cheap pop at the end that they got to have one last interaction on a TV program. They don't care about that. They wanted to be in their moment with him, probably separately or behind closed doors. A lot of these guys would have had their moment behind closed doors.
Doesn't matter to them.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
But I do agree with this. Overall, I agree with this. The entire retirement tour is a failure.
Do you
for me? Overall, I think it's a failure.
For me,
I agree. I agree with that statement. But overall, I think absolute joke. They could have done this.
The way to look at it is. Sorry, go Andy. Go.
From my perspective, I was just but what did they fail?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't understand what do you mean, or what do people mean by that? Like, what did they fail? Like, we've got the AJ match, tremendous. We've got the Punk feud.
That's what I want to know. That's like, why I was going to say, I look at individual dates, the matches on the dates, and I say, okay, was this a thumbs up? Was this a thumb down? And let's just go simple. For me, the only real thumbs down of the entire retirement run was WrestleMania 41, and the fact that there was no real ending. Obviously, that's, you know, everyone's pissed off about that, and so am I, and to a degree.
From that moment, from that moment onwards, Dog shit.
And that's the thing. And even you could say that it's tainted, and then he had to turn face very quickly. In the before SummerSlam. For me, the negatives in the retirement tour was the WrestleMania 41. The fact that the continuation from that, we always had in our head that WrestleMania 41 occurred. Brock Lesnar at WrestlePalooza.
Squash.
Just didn't need it. Didn't need it. It's just, like we've seen it before. We literally have seen that before. 10 years ago. No, 11 years ago. 2014 SummerSlam. And then the other thing for me was the excessive tag matches. Like, I mean, I love it. I love him in tag matches. And I think the tag match he had at MSG was good. But apart from that, like, I don't really feel the need to have him in tag matches. Like the one at Money in the Bank, I didn't enjoy. I mean, R-Truth coming back was great and a big swerve. Then he had a couple on SmackDown with Drew and so, and I just felt like, in terms of, people say, so-and-so wasted a day, or they wasted a day on Logan Paul, or they wasted a day on Brock Lesnar. I think they wasted a day big time on those tag team matches. But apart from that, I felt that the retirement tour was a positive, apart from what I've just listed there. That's me. I'm
gonna renege on what I said. I think the wrong choice of words. It wasn't a failure, right? I just, as a fan, I would have liked to have seen. Now, we have to bear in mind that he has come out and said that he wanted 220 freaking dates or whatever the hell it was.
That is
right?
ridiculous.
Okay, and he wanted to go full hammer and tong. Now, for me, this entire farewell tour wasn't a failure. I mean, the guy sold out every single place that he went to during this, right? People came out to see him. People were loving it. They got to see him one more time and so on. So I wouldn't say it was a failure. But as a fan, I would have loved to have seen one of two things. Either they continue with that Rock storyline, right? And do something with it so that we had one last massive storyline and excellent ending, or some flamboyant ending at the end that we're like, holy shit,
even just some closure,
whatever.
Like, even just some closure.
From the very start, it should have been a nostalgic tour for the ages. That's it.
Okay, that makes sense. I agree.
That for me is what I would have loved to have seen. And I think there was just too many things along the way, like you were mentioning, Zach, that didn't need to happen. They botched the bloody Travis Scott crap. They botched his match with.
That was a waste.
It wasn't a botch with Brock. I'm just saying it was.
Yeah,
you squashed him.
A wasted match. Yeah, wasted.
You've got a tournament.
Especially considering the fact that there was
no do what it was there to do.
Yeah,
right. Like the entire thing just didn't make sense to me in the end. And then to have him go out that way was like, mate, what even was this? Like, this is what you did for a full farewell tour. The whole lead up to this shit. I don't know. For me, it wasn't great, but it doesn't take away from your thoughts about the guy and your respect for the guy. So
yeah, of course.
That's it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Fair enough. You know what else too? I think it's good to have perspective with this whole thing, because I don't think we'll ever see a retirement tour again. Because obviously, if the greatest of all time is doing a retirement tour, no one else is going to do it. You know what I mean? I think I'm actually sitting here now.
Whoa.
Not a tour, not a yearly tour.
I've
got 36 days.
That's the way to do it. He's pretty much said that's the way to do it. So he's happy for anyone to copy. So
no, Jericho, no, they're not doing it. I guarantee there will never be a retirement tour like this ever again, because you can't do it. John Cena's going to do it. Respectfully to AJ Styles, Brock Lesnar, whatever. They're not John Cena's level in terms of stardom.
I said this to my mate the other day. I said, who else deserves a year tour?
No one's going to have a year tour. My last match is at WrestleMania, and say for example, AJ Styles comes out Raw on January the 5th and says, my last match will be at WrestleMania. That's great. We get 3 months, 4 months of that. But I don't see a retirement tour. Not a tour. Retirement run is different. But I think
retirement run
is different.
I think like I would much rather a retirement run for AJ and Jericho
Brock and Jericho,
all these sorts of guys. Yeah, 100%. They deserve a run, but a full year is unnecessary.
They're not doing it. They will never do it again.
Yeah.
And that's not a negative. That's a positive because of how grand it was with Cena. But I think it's good to have perspective that we even got a retirement tour out of John Cena.
I was surprised at that, to be honest.
Absolutely. I'm sitting here now grateful that we had 18 matches of John Cena in 2025. When in 2024, he had one match. In 2023, I think he had like 3 matches. In 2022, 1 match. 2021, I think 2 matches. 2021 match. Like, I was actually happy that we actually got a retirement tour in the first place, because not many wrestlers know when their last match is.
That's
like,
true.
it's
and we
only
got to see him
that wrestlers know
live.
when their last match is.
Yeah.
And I think it's a beautiful thing that we're able to see it.
Yeah,
and
for
I think
sure.
it will never be replicated again.
Fair enough. It's a good way to end.
Agreed.
Let's go on to
That's
Raw.
it. Andy, you want to kick us off about Raw then?
Gunther opens up the show. The heat was real.
I was so happy.
And they going away.
I love
was
seeing
good.
stuff like that.
I mean, as if we didn't know they were going to open with that. Like,
No,
they
I had
couldn't
to. When you hear that,
anyone.
oh,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
so
No, it was good. It was good to see.
Yeah.
I thought he went a bit overboard coming back and get like. That's not you, Gunther. Yeah, I know, but it just didn't seem. I was like, all right, go. You got the heat and go. Right, move on.
Yeah,
like just do it once. You don't have to come out and do it 6 times. Like, I don't know. I didn't like that, but I love the heat. It's great.
I think them going back and forth thing toyed with the crowd. It was like, just piss off. Nah, now I'm going to come back. Just piss off. Now I'm going to come back.
That's beautiful.
So, you know what I mean? I think that's maybe what they would have thought.
Fair enough.
But
I didn't mind him walking out the back and yeah, the way he, like when Adam Pearce called him an arsehole.
That's
said,
what got me.
Okay, is that it? Are you done?
They kicked him out for being a dick.
Like, he's not scared of anyone. Yeah. I know, but he doesn't care. He's being a dick.
Is that really, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's silly. But Otis and Tozawa, what are they doing there?
That's an odd one. I
don't I get AJ, I get R-Truth, I get Adam Pearce. Like, come on,
because he had that thing with them not that long ago. Yeah,
I know, but they're lower mid card at best. Their job is a bit like no need. Anyway,
so then
I like the intro. Yeah.
Move on to what happened outside.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Like he was walking to his car and AJ was standing there, and I thought, ooh, what's going to happen? Like, I had no idea, right? So that's clearly set up something with those two.
Yep.
I don't know what and when, but we know he's retiring next year. He can't when's he retiring? Is it what Zach said, WrestleMania, where he retires him at WrestleMania? Because he's beaten AJ Styles. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
4 month build up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a bit long and that's probably why nothing happened. He said no.
Well, I don't think it'll be that long of it because he's still tag champ. So I think it'll just be the looming factor of having Gunther's still there. That's what I think it'd be. It'd be a looming factor, but I feel like it can be a long. It's to start it now. Like, you can't just wait 3 months then pick it up again, but still have the looming factor. I think.
They've done it before. You know, they're capable of anything. WWE. So
can I ask you a question?
Surprises me
for both of you guys to answer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a match you want to see?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
More than I think it'll be one of the greatest matches ever, and that's not even exaggerating. If AJ Styles can go.
He can go.
I think he'll be fine.
He just slept the other night
for that.
Yeah, he's fine.
It's good because for me to be a dream match, honestly, to be a dream match.
Literally 2 styles clashing, like they're exact opposites, which I love. I love that.
Yeah,
because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know which way the match is going to go.
You don't know how
I like that. Exactly. Yeah. So,
but again,
there could be some truth to the whole Gunther being billed as
retirement thing,
as the retirement guy. You know what I mean? Which honestly, I don't like that sort of storyline. That's not for me, right?
You know what? He doesn't need it.
He doesn't good matches, then so be it. Because the storyline can't be anything great.
You know what? I agree with you a little bit. I wouldn't have Gunther being the career killer as the #1 focus for Gunther. I'd have him do some things, and then let's say he gets into a feud with someone who's on the out, then you kind of go back to it. I wouldn't have it as a sole focus.
I like that.
Because it's been done before, Randy, you know what I mean? And you can't really beat that.
Yeah, exactly.
So
he's a ring general. Like, play on that. That's it. I'm the greatest.
It's his ring.
I beat the greatest. I beat the GOAT. I'm the greatest wrestler ever.
How good was that line, by the way?
It was awesome.
John Cena tapped out like a little bitch.
It was
beautiful. Love that.
That's brilliant.
More of that.
But that's where he leaves it, though. That's where he leaves it. Drops a mic and goes. That's it.
Exactly.
He does his backstage thing. So
I like it. But so look, I think only one other thing that would kind of not piss me off, but I don't know if it makes sense to me. if you're gonna book him as this career killer, right?
Mhm.
I think it'd be wrong to not put a title on him at some point very soon.
Oh, he's getting the title. I
You
can
know what I
guarantee
mean?
you that.
So,
Yeah.
that's the only other thing that needs to have, I think, because you can't have this guy in terms of how you would read how I would read a story or what I would expect out of a story, right? To me, that's the same as if I was reading some sort of fantasy book or historic fantasy book where this king, this conqueror kills everybody, but he doesn't have a crown. Do you want to repeat what you just said? Sorry, because I missed
repeat
that.
what you just
What
said.
did I say? Oh, I said, so what if he does get the crown at the end? So he's retired Goldberg, he's retired Cena, retires AJ, retires Lesnar, and then goes after whoever the current champion is and says, the promo is, what makes you think I've beaten all these legends? What makes you think I'm not going to take that from you at SummerSlam or
Which
whatever,
is exactly
right?
what they did with Orton.
Yeah. Right. So that's probably the way it's going to go. It's going down that path as much as, as Mars says, rinse and repeat.
Yeah, but it's true if that's what they do.
But that is wrestling. Everything in wrestling is rinse and repeat. Let's be honest.
It's about what can you add on it, I think, to a degree.
Correct. The storyline wise, the way the matches end and whatever, that's been happening for 100 years, right?
Yeah.
But it's just the little intricacies and how do we do this and this has changed and whatever. How do we make that more interesting? So,
which is I agree with you, and which is really annoying for me when you're supposedly like you are the number one wrestling sports entertainment company in the world. Can you not attract a creative team that can not rinse and repeat shit?
But
you're meant to have the best writers that in the world. Like,
I agree.
For me,
but
it's not good.
You know what?
But
I think with Gunther as a whole, he's had a championship on him since 2022 for like 90% of his main roster career. His Intercontinental Championship reign, it didn't really have that many actual storylines. It had Sheamus to a degree. It had Chad Gable towards the end of it. Then it had Sami Zayn, and then whatever you make of that, it went from there. It didn't really have that many. He put on some of the best matches I've ever seen, like that triple threat at WrestleMania 39 with Drew and Sheamus at Clash at the Castle, incredible. But Scotland. It didn't really have storyline. And then his World Heavyweight Championship reign, which I enjoyed. I don't think it was bad, but he won it from Damian Priest, and then he dropped it at SummerSlam. I didn't think it was again storyline wise that good. So I think it'd be interesting to see how they build Gunther as a singles opponent without a belt, but put a belt on him soon. I think you can do that. For sure.
Yeah. I think he dropped it one time because he was injured, so that's probably why he dropped it.
It's a big break from after Punk beat him. And he came back for the tournament for Cena's tournament.
Yeah. Right, fair enough.
Honestly, other than that, I'm just going to cruise past a few things here because there wasn't really a lot to discuss, and we don't want to be here for another hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Usos versus the New Day was just whatever. Dupree versus Ivy wasn't the worst. I actually didn't mind it because I like Ivy as well, and I think it's good that she's now getting a chance to do things for herself as well. Vaquer versus Rodriguez. If they throw Bella in my face one more time, I think I'm just going to end up just tuning out for every single Vaquer, Rodriguez, and Bella match for the rest of time until they get rid of her. Honestly, before we get to the very end of everything, what did you guys think of the 3 matches? Just go with the 3 matches for now. Because that's about as far as my report goes.
Okay. The Vaquer and Rodriguez match was poor. I'll be honest with you. I thought it was just, is that it? Is that...
Again,
so, I just think they're putting her in with the wrong opponents, Stephanie Vaquer. Like, what can she do with Roxanne? Or Raquel? What can she do with her? Nothing. I don't understand. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it, Bo. Like, it's frustrating to see because she's such a good wrestler, but yet, she's got...
Do you think it goes back to... We've had a comment here. So do you think it goes back to what you've been saying for weeks now, that it's just a filler thing?
Yep. So at least Saudi,
I think
Royal
right
Rumble,
now, yeah,
you know,
WWE's in you call it the off season. I think until the road
it's a holding
WrestleMania
pattern,
starts.
100%.
Because you can like they're taping a couple shows. Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree fully. They're taping a couple shows. They're giving them the break for Christmas, which is great that they do have that now. Don't get me wrong, but it's off season, and especially now that CENA'S done December 14. Like you can tell this is a position from now probably till that Raw Netflix 1 year anniversary is off season.
Yeah,
That's how I feel.
Yeah, that might be a big one. Yeah, that might kick everything.
And do you,
off.
do you reckon
it's a season premiere? They'll probably call it or something like that.
Yeah.
So, did you guys have any words on the other matches or
Rey Mysterio and Logan Paul?
Rey and Logan. It was fun. It was fun. It was fun. Nothing to write home about. What was it? I feel like I'm missing one.
I'm sick of Rey Mysterio. Maxine,
yeah.
It was good. Like, honestly, good on her. Again, they're putting a story with a champion, which it sounds a bit weird, but like to have a champion and not just kind of stay in the back, backstage thing. I think it's good. Story with a champion is good, especially someone like who's improving.
Especially her. Yeah, she needs all the help she can get, if you know what I mean. Not in a bad way, but she needs she needs that to progress,
Yeah.
But Rey Mysterio, why are we doing this? Why?
Here he goes.
Why?
What do you mean?
Why is he involved with Logan Paul and like who are you, Rey Mysterio? What are you doing?
I agree.
There is no need.
So Zach, last week, Andy brought this up as well, and I said my response to this was I agreed that Ray should not be in the picture for anything other than if he's going to be on a WWE main roster thing like a SmackDown or a Raw, whatever it's going to be. The only thing for me open is something to do with Dom. If not, my secondary thing for him would be go and put him in AAA and have him the guy at AAA, even as the guy that's running the show or whatever it might be.
Whatever it might be. Whatever.
Give him some sort of made-up role or give him an existing role where he is the guy that mentors all the luchas over there,
100%.
Or has something to do with his people over there because he's great with his people, man. With his lucha people, he's awesome. They all love him. So that's why I think that's why I agree with Andy on that. What do you reckon?
Look, I mean, is he washed? I don't think he can still. It's ridiculous that I'm even saying this, but he can still go in the ring. He can still put on a good match.
Yeah, of course.
But I think it's unfortunate.
What's his purpose? I don't understand.
That's my thing. It's unfortunate. Like Mania, his Mania feud with El Grande got cut short because of his injury, and then he was out for a while. But I don't know. I think it's good. What do I say it? Like, I agree with the fact that if he's not doing something substantial, especially at the age that he is, unless they know, like, does he know when he's going to hang him up? I'm not sure. But if you know you've got finite time with Rey Mysterio, I think it's good to use it well. I think that I fully agree. If you got a really short time with him, it's good to use it well. Yeah. I think, but I agree. I think it goes back to what I was saying. This is little few with Logan. It's just, again, off season, get the masked man in, get the Vision Heat, whatever. And then you build to Random at Mania, maybe as retirement match.
I hope so. I hope it is that. But
it's got to be that. It can only be that. Let's be honest.
You need to use it well. I think.
Right.
Don't waste him. Don't waste him.
No, exactly.
Just one thing before we go on to the two most obvious things from the show that I thought were, one of them we've already covered, which was Gunther. But there's two other things we've got to cover. But before we go to that, I just wanted to ask you guys what you think of this as an idea. For years now, where you see these title matches where you just know they're not going to drop the title, right? We knew that Raquel's not going to win that title tonight, yeah?
Not even close, yep.
Do you think that, and especially with Dupree versus Ivy as well, so she just got the new plates put on the side of that belt, right, and was flexing that all over social media and all the rest of it, so we knew she wasn't going to drop the title either. Do you think that they need to start building towards title matches more rather than just handing them out willy-nilly because you're appealing to a crowd here that know you're not going to drop it? Do you think they should start making them a little bit more scarce? And I'm not saying don't ever defend it and only defend it twice a year or something like a UFC fight.
No.
Right?
No.
I'm saying just make them less expected and just to cover that prediction. Do you know what I mean? That we all the obvious prediction, right? Or obvious outcome, if you like.
I think
What do you think?
Right. If you're going to do that, you have to have the champions even wrestle non-title matches, but just you have to have them there. Because I think
That's
one of the
fine.
main...
Yes.
Yeah,
I agree.
'Cause
100%.
my main thing this year, like, I feel like the thing with championship reigns under Triple H, and this isn't a negative. This isn't always a negative, but he makes his champions a little bit scarcer. Like they're not always going to be defending on Raw and SmackDown. They're going to be waiting. The champions are scarce because they're a hot commodity, and you want to see more of them. Fully agree with that. I think where it derailed, where I kind of was like, okay, this exact championship reign isn't working for me, was earlier in the year, Io Sky, when she won it in off Rhea, taking it into Mania. She literally was never wrestling. And she was barely on screen. It was like, okay, she's champion, but she just in the
Well, you know
background.
why they did that though.
To build to Mania.
Yeah, but Io already she was starting to get over. The crowd was starting to love her, so they went with it.
Yeah,
which is not the first time that the WWE has ever just gone.
No. Her winning the title, that's different.
Yeah.
I'm saying like,
popularity
when she was actually champion.
You know what
when
I mean?
she was actually champion, she was barely she wasn't really featured that much.
Yeah.
Even like you can look at Julia when she was US champ, like she wasn't really doing much with. She was barely defending it. And that was, but that's probably a bad example too. But you know, like I think it's good if you're gonna have champions be scarce, and the title defenses be even more scarce, then you got to have them there.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. Straight up, Andy.
Yeah, I agree with that, Zach. I agree with, make them a bit scarce, but when they have a title match, it's got to mean something.
Correct.
Raquel Rodriguez means nothing. Ivy Nile, nothing. Like, there's no build-up. There's no, it's just, I'm coming for your title. Like, really? 1980
that's
style?
what I mean.
That's not on. That's baby stuff, We surely, when you said about the writers, can't we come up with something? Surely they can come up with something. Hey, here's a story. Even if it's 2 or 3 weeks in the making, at least it's got to have something like a run-in. Like, do something. At least Nikki Bella, as much as we don't want her around and we don't want her involved, at least she had a run-in and there was a reason for her to have a title. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there was some sort of reason. But
because Raquel had like, I earned the title shot, when's it going to happen?
You didn't.
But you didn't really earn it. Like you won a lot of matches and it's like, okay, I deserve one. And even still, that's not really convincing enough.
That's
to the natural
I'm not copping that.
The whole reason for that is because they need to play into the whole all the golds coming to the Judgment Day thing. That's why. But it's still, I 100% agree with you both. Like I don't think she earned that. If you just look at it at face value, she hasn't earned it. And I want her to, because I want her as champion because I love her.
She's great.
Really?
Yeah. I know you don't agree with me, Andy. Yeah.
You know what?
No, I'm not a huge fan.
When she came back,
I reckon she's awesome.
Yeah, fair enough.
I was so disappointed. When she
it
came back at Bad Blood, I was like, I don't want to see it. Like, but then I think she's actually built so much goodwill, at least with me, in the tag division with Roxanne, that I'm like, you know what? Maybe I don't know if I can see a champion, but the fact that she's competing for the title, I'm not questioning it from a talent perspective. But the only thing I'm questioning it, like you said, Andy, is okay, did she earn it? But that's the only thing, really.
Give us the why. Why she needs to
exactly.
Anyway. Yeah. Can I just quickly mention something that happened on SmackDown on Saturday?
Go for it.
I haven't stopped thinking about it. And I'll tell you, we mentioned this last week, Bo, right?
No.
About the botchiest wrestler of 2025.
Oh, right? Yeah.
What is Rhea Ripley doing? What are you doing?
Yeah. Oh, seriously? Wait, with the Zelina Vega thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yuck.
Oh, could you not? Yeah, you got to pin it on both of them. I get more so Rhea because she's the one that sells that. Yeah,
mate. Not even that. Every move she did, Rhea, right?
Yeah.
So she gets up. I'm waiting for you to go perfect so I can do this. It's like, no. 2 years ago, you weren't like that. 2 years ago, you were instinctive and you were fluid. She's not fluid anymore. She needs to go back to NXT and earn her stripes again. Because I'll tell you, I don't give a shit. She's poor. She's a mate.
Too far.
I can name 5 wrestlers that I would put way above her, mate. Probably
at this
10.
Stage, no, I think you're right.
At this stage, she's horrendous. And let me tell you, I'm just going to give the chat a spoiler. At 7:30, there's a video I made reviewing the Raw roster of 2025. Go and watch that and see what I say about Rhea Ripley. I'll give you a slight spoiler. If it wasn't for Dom Mysterio, what has she done? Like, he was so good for her, right?
Zach's
as soon as
he's
left that.
No,
it's okay. No. We all like Rhea to a point, but come on. Seriously, what has she done this year? Be honest. I want to know how has she propelled herself this year, or has she just gone like that?
I think she's had some of the best matches of her career. I think she's had some of the best women's matches in history this year.
This year?
Yeah.
Jeez.
But they both involve Io Sky, funnily enough. But yeah.
We can go into that. We can go into that another time.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, we can talk about her year.
Oh, mate.
I think what you're saying is the fact that she's in the tag team and it's kind of neutering her.
Well, her not wrestling is neutering her because she doesn't wrestle anymore. And when she does, she's horrendous. I can't hack her anymore. Sorry. That's it. It's my rant.
Let's move on to Punk's promo.
Fantastic.
Because we all know what he's capable of doing, but fuck me, mate. That reminded me of the old days.
That was amazing.
Bron Breakker asked for it, eh? So he got
very cool. Very cool.
It was so good when he bought
the tell the attitude. No, it's clobbering time. Walked out, took the mic sleeve off. That's how you know it's about to go down.
He's wearing AJ's top.
Yep, loved it. That was a Punk of old. That was
and then roasting the Steiners too.
That was brilliant. Yep.
Called the Steiners a bunch of idiots. Blah blah blah.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Yeah, no, he's that was.
That's why I love him.
If you're calling out the old Punk, then we got him as on the mic for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
because I like to sometimes fantasize about what we can possibly get in the future, right? So you guys would have seen, when he brought out the old Punk as a mind games thing with MJF, right?
Mm-hmm.
Came out Second City Saint and all the rest of it, right?
Thing of beauty, that feud.
Mate, I got goosebumps when that track came on. I was freaking singing my ass off. Anyway, so I don't think they won't do that again with this.
No.
But what I am kind of hoping is maybe for this match, there's a few bits and pieces that come out in terms of the old Punk, and they play on this. I want that old Punk, and so on and so forth. And we get this Fire Burns, yeah.
Ooh.
And he just comes out old gear again and just go out there and make it a freaking night, make a night of it. No, mate, I reckon that'd be awesome. But in terms of the promo itself, that basically shot itself straight to the top of the show for me.
I was going to say that saved the show. Like that was no, that's it. That saved the show. That was it. That was like I watched. That was a highlight by a mile, and I saw that and I was like, I like this. I really like.
It's good. It's good to see. I'm kind of sensing something here a little bit, and it plays what you just said, Bo. If we can get a more hardcore Punk, and that's clearly what Bron Breakker's wanting, and I'm sure if they keep mentioning it, we'll get it eventually. I'm kind of sensing here, okay, we've got a pure athlete, Bron Breakker. We've got a young, fresh, athlete, Bron Breakker, who's he's hasn't really not dirty in a way, if that makes sense.
He hasn't been let loose yet. He hasn't been fully let loose. Yeah.
Yep.
I think what we're getting, hopefully what we're getting is a Randy Orton, Mick Foley scenario here. Maybe you'll come with long hair too. Yes. Or shaves it, gets the mask back, the SCS mask.
Hey, it's accepted these days. Don't worry about it,
But no, I think we can get a Randy Orton, Mick Foley situation here where, okay, Randy Orton was great going into that feud with Mick Foley, but when he had that match with Mick Foley, even Triple H and Mick Foley, it's funny, Mick Foley, but they both went into a hardcore match with Foley and they both came out of it new men. And they went from athletes, pure, young, whatever, to a new edge to them. They've survived an old superstar who has put them through hell in a match, and they've survived and they've come out the other side. I think that's what we can see, and I'd love to see it.
So
I think this needs to be a freaking spectacle.
I don't disagree with you, but yeah, I like it.
But it's going to have to go a long way. Hopefully, it's going to have to go a they're going to have to convince us that that's coming. I don't know if it'll be that good, but hopefully they can give us something that makes Bron Breakker even another level above what he is now.
All right. let's go to elephant in the room sort of thing, because I want to finish this show up before before Andy's episode drops. Right?
Yep.
Masked Man, we know it's Austin Theory now, of course. Obviously, there was all the rumors and leaks and all that sort of stuff. For me, I have nothing more to say other than what a letdown, and the reaction showed as well. There was a few people that screamed in the crowd, but that was not. And we predicted this. We said that, you know, if he does unmask, that I think we said it last week. We said once that happens, I don't think anyone's going to ridiculously lose their mind.
No.
And of course that's what happened. So thoughts?
Yeah, exactly what you said, Bo. Exactly what you said, mate. It's like he's been gone for that long, Austin Theory, and was buried even before he was gone. That you know, what's the point? That's not the way to bring him back. I've got no problem with the Masked Man or whatever, but it had to be someone of substance. Had to be like a Jericho or Joe Hendry or whatever. Just someone, a surprise, you know?
Star power.
Yeah, like,
I think,
you know, Cardona, Ziggler, whatever. Yeah, whoever. Anyone. I don't know. I don't know who I'm not even thinking of anyone in particular, but like star power, like you said, not Austin Theory. Even though I like Austin Theory, but it's the wrong way to use
he's a good wrestler. Don't get me wrong. He's a good wrestler.
He's great. I liked him when he was going against Cena, you know, 2-3 years ago. But after that, they just buried him, and you know, he lost all momentum.
I think they kind of saddled themselves because the vision is about the next gen in WWE, the up and comers. You know, the vision for the future.
This here, that was the move.
I agree too.
That was the move.
Yeah, Ethan Page would have been
the
really
hardest
good.
part about that is that he's doing his own thing in NXT right now, and you can't just drag him over. But that was the move to play for, 100%. He's already got heel heat in NXT. Why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah,
and that's the thing. I think they kind of saddled themselves because okay, Ricky Starks is Ricky Saints is champion. Ethan Page, I'm thinking of young guys. Ricky's doing this. Ethan's doing this. Who else is young that's not around? Like it's like, okay, it's definitely him. I don't think it's a negative, but they kind of saddled themselves because it's like, okay, he's the only one that's not been here for months.
This as well. Like everyone knew this as well, Zach.
Yeah, that's true as well. Yep.
Yeah.
And I think
that's what the giveaway was. Like, despite the fact that, and you guys know this, or Zach, maybe you don't. I don't read leaks. I don't read dirt sheets. I stay away from all that stuff. Right.
I hate it.
So that I can go in fresh. To quote Seinfeld. But you know, having said that, I agree with what you've said there for sure. Yeah.
I would love to. They need to build. Like, they need to build from this. And they need to build in a way that's like, okay, why do we need to care about Austin Theory?
Correct.
Besides the fact that he was masked. And I
think
they can do it. I want to see what they can do.
Why? Give us the why.
Yeah, why?
You know?
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
And I think that's what. Why was he the mask? Why did he even feel the need to be the masked man? I think that'll be interesting to know in these upcoming weeks. And to be fair, I'm actually surprised they announced it now. I thought that was the Bron Punk match solidified that we're going to announce it then, which makes me think that another thing that's been floating around online, not leaked, but just fan theories, is that maybe there are two masked men because the stature of the one that was, I think, last week in the Logan Ray kind of fight was different to Austin.
No, there's not two men that were using different people to throw.
So that could be another thing too. So
I've been saying that for weeks. Yeah.
So Andy said it. Yeah.
No, I was going to say. So, just listen to what you're saying, Zach. Do you think maybe he could be the leader of the Vision? And I'll tell you why.
Ooh.
I think. Well, I know it's a big call, but Bo, he beat John Cena at WrestleMania. I'm the leader. I call the shots. True.
What do you think? Hang on. Oh, you've just given me this brainwave. Do you know how this would have? Do you know if you want to talk about rinse and repeat, this entire Vision thing, right? Are you smiling because you know what I'm going to say, or
maybe go on? I want you to say it. I want you to say it.
And he said it before, and we could have had it all over again, right?
Yeah.
This could have been the perfect move to play the higher power storyline again for the Vision, right? Instead of it was me, Austin, and we've got now Austin again, right? This could have been the perfect move to go. There's a higher power that was calling the shots above Seth Rollins. And now Seth Rollins is gone and the higher power comes in as the leader. And this is who everyone was answering to the entire time. That would have been fucking genius writing, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Because they kind of not spoiled it, but there was a Paul Heyman Adam Pearce interaction where Adam Pearce goes, I want to know who it is by the end of the night. And eventually they gave it to him. Now, knowing the Paul Heyman Adam Pearce dynamic, I still feel like there is something still brewing in terms of the Masked Men. Not that there's another one, but I feel like there's something brewing because it's very unlike Paul Heyman to, someone tells him to do something, he does it. Very unlike Paul Heyman. So,
fair enough.
Again,
they'd want to be because that was
in theory, they need to give us the why.
Yeah, that's it.
Boys, we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to call it there. But just before we go, Andy, once again, plug what's coming out in 4 minutes.
So I did a raw review of the roster for 2025. So that's dropping at 7:30. So go watch that. Let us know what you think. Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? Rhea Ripley gets a mention, but hey, you have to watch it.
That's it. And you are going to do another one as well. You're going to do SmackDown too.
I'm going to do a SmackDown one. Yep. And it's probably going to drop after SmackDown on Saturday. So stay tuned for that. So subscribe, like, and so you don't miss anything.
Yep. And then I've got one coming out. Basically, what's going to happen is from here on end, we should run probably this Sunday, right?
Yep.
So for those of you that are watching, we'll run this Sunday and then we'll take a break through that Christmas week just because I've got a whole bunch of stuff on. I'm sure the boys have stuff on as well. Mars is away as well. So we'll take a break through there and then we'll come back maybe for the start of the year, if not the week before or a few days before, whatever it's going to be. But we've got content coming out on the YouTube channel as well. So Andy's got stuff coming out. I've got some stuff coming out. We may ask Zach and a few other people to jump in that are within our crew and that to do some opinion pieces and things. So definitely jump on there. Give the video a like if you haven't already. And then head over to our Instagram and follow us if you haven't been already as well. Zach, where can people find you if you want them to find you?
Oh, no, nowhere really. I'll be on here. Hero of the Jumper Punch.
Top Rope Wrestling.
And the Jumper Punch.
And the Jumper Punch.
I'll be
exactly. And thank you for coming on tonight. You filled that gap of the Mars bar, right? It's been awesome. Andy, thank you as well. As always, and I'll just let you guys know just one small little cheap plug. I have launched the information for the next Remix Mania, which is now out on Remix Mania Oz, that's our tag our handle on Instagram. If you want to go and have a look at what that is, it's somewhat of a unique idea to the wrestling scene, at least, but we've kind of tied it into Rumble season. So hopefully you guys, if you're keen, if you live in Melbourne, feel free to buy a ticket. We do have an incentive for the first 50 buyers, which is going to be coming out. And I can say it's John Cena related. But that information will come out at the end of the week. So, guys, thank you for joining us once again. I'm not going to go through all the formalities, but we will be back this Sunday with some more review time. And we'll announce what's going on at the start of the year next year.
Beautiful. Thanks. Thank you.
Yo.
And we're still live.